Hello, welcome to Brew Review TV, where we are not too serious about seriously good beer. I'm Hamp Tanner.
I'm Ed Hall. That's the bearded guy.
The bearded new guy. Now, in this episode here in the beer garden, we're going to talk about Ballast Point's Big I IPA. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Ballast Point Brewing Company is in San Diego, California, where I lived at one point in my life. And this is their American IPA. It's going to be 6% ABV.
Not enough.
That's pretty low.
That's very low.
Yeah. Maybe this is their non-alcoholic IPA.
It is. It's like duels.
Right? And then
Oh, it smells.
over at beeradvocate.com,
Nice.
we had 598 advocates.
Not representative in any way, shape, or
Yeah,
form.
not very many of them, but they rated it an A-, average. A-.
Well,
The bros actually must have had some shipped in for free, and they rated it an A-. Here in the beer guide that we picked up off of Omar at the 7-Eleven, they gave it 4 stars out of 5. Not in this book. Anyway, here we go.
anyway,
A lot of head, a lot of bubbles in
creamy, off-white,
there. Lot of
color, orange.
It is orange. That might be the orangest IPA I've seen.
Orange.
Decent lacing.
What have I told you about saying lacing?
It's okay.
Ridiculous.
I'll tell you what.
Boy, I like the lacing.
The head is off-white, which I like, and the smell, I'm going to tell you,
I'm smelling a little maltiness.
maltiness.
Yeah.
That smell to me says Titan. Great Divide Titan is what that smell says. Which I don't dislike, so.
It's sweet.
I think it is a little bit hoppier than a Titan.
Maybe.
Agree, disagree?
Yeah, you know what? It's actually, it's got a great hop malt balance, but it's almost like the malts are a little more flavorful and there's more bitterness
Agree.
than a Titan.
Agree.
It's interesting how that,
I wouldn't think that this beer would have that much malt. You know, for West Coast
yeah,
IPA.
curious. I like it though.
I think it's little less malt than, say, a Dogfish Head.
Yeah,
More
Yeah.
malt than Sculpin.
a lot more.
You know, it depends,
It's pretty toasty. You
depends
know,
on what side of the
right?
bed you get out on.
Toasty
that.
malts.
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, I'm a flip-flopper on the whole malt
Yeah,
issue.
right?
Big time.
Well, it would get boring if you drank the same thing every night, every day, all day.
Will you
every
drink
day.
as much as I do? I'll on that, right on the finish, a little bit bitter.
Comes in with some IBUs, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It doesn't have that typical West Coast IPA.
It's
taste.
not as
Not
it's not as
citrusy.
grapefruity.
Dude, you're from Connecticut. What do you know about West Coast?
I used to brew West Coast beer.
No,
That's right, you did. I forgot.
No, what you did was you stacked pallets at the Anheuser-Busch Brewery.
That's right.
You don't remember that?
It
No,
was
I didn't
one
even
of
work
the-
at
It was one of those
Anheuser-Busch.
two.
Did you work for a distributor
I'm
of
a
theirs?
distributor.
Stacking pallets
No.
of their beer.
Stocking beer in the stores.
In the stores?
Mm,
Really?
jobber.
A jobber. Did you ever go in and catch them like trying to sell fancy cheeses and stuff and go, you just lost your right to sell Anheuser-Busch. That's what you did.
He was the first guy to do that.
Yeah, they patterned that commercial after you.
It's a weird
Except for
job.
you were a lot heavier than that guy. All right, let's go to the cards.
I like this beer. It's almost like it stands by itself as a single IPA. Not stands by itself at the top of the pack,
Don't make
but
up stuff.
in a different flavor profile. Name
Kind of.
another single IPA that has that flavor profile.
6 minute
my,
next.
I got my number. Next.
What'd you say?
60 minutes.
60 minutes.
No way.
I just threw something out there.
I'll tell you what, it's like if you were to take half a bottle of Titan and half a bottle of Smutty and pour them together. That's what you're going to get.
All right, cards.
90.
91.
92.
Really? You like
Slightly, maybe a little high,
that?
but
Field.
it's different. I like it.
Phil.
92.
Oh man, I came in as the low man.
High.
90. And I liked it. So
Well, you're talking a lot about it, and you give it a 90.
I give it a 90 because
You just said the last beer you reviewed. Oh, this doesn't stand out. I'm going to give it a 90, and then you're saying this one stands alone in the flavor profile. I give it a 90.
I didn't say it
talk
was a
about-
flavor profile that was going to rank high.
Talk about no credibility. That's what does it for you, folks.
Hey, pour me another one of these, and it might get a 91. But I'm gonna tell you what, for Ballast Point, as long as it's on the shelf, I'm buying the Sculpin. I mean, the Sculpin is my
Agreed.
go-to IPA today.
Agree. Well, that's it for this episode of Brew Review TV. Thanks for watching, and please remember,
Drink hard.
Drink fast.
drink often.